Still drinking cans. Can't get me out of the campfire, camp night vibes I haven't had since the May 2-4. Took my week off. Now I'm back. People have been asking for it. Let's fucking just roll it.
The Honestly Lazy Podcast.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Honestly Lazy Podcast with your host, me, Mr. Boy Stick from Honestly Lazy. There's one thing that I've done new on the social media platform. Shout out to the homie Bill for kind of inspiring me to do this. I've officially changed the Boy Stick Instagram page to the Honestly Lazy Podcast because I've been posting more shit about the podcast than my own personal life, so I decided to change over that. So now on Instagram, it is known as the Honestly Lazy Podcast and not Boy Stick. Maybe down the line, I have some other projects I'm actually thinking about that I might start actually filming this week for a little side thing, side little keep me busy, side little I really want to push myself to try to be a content creator type thing. And I feel like these little projects will help me do it. And I'll probably start filming them tonight. I won't tell you what they were. They will come out whenever the fuck they come out. If they're working out, they might not. You never know. I'm not the best at content creating as I thought I'd be. But you're probably watching this either one or two ways. YouTube, Honestly Lazy Podcast or show. Type that shit in. Or even podcast. It will pop up. And you can check out all the episodes with a video, because I like doing it the video way. So if you do it there, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 100 subs by the end of the year. Not working out at all, but you know, it's a thing. It's a thing I really want to try to get to. It's kind of a cool goal, but the more I'm uploading, the more I realize it's a long shot in the podcast world, but I'm going to give it my all and see what the hell happens. Or you're watching this on listening to this on Spotify, Apple Music. Pretty much go on anchor.fm, type in the Honestly Lazy Podcast, and you can see all the other links to, listen to this podcast. There's more than just YouTube and Spotify. I don't know what, but it's on other platforms. I know it's on Apple, and that's about all I know. Oh my god, I'm terrible. But yeah, so make sure to follow me on all those. I don't really advertise them, but I'm on everything. So make sure to go check it out on all things. I'm on everything. I'm on everything. Is there anybody remember that song? Eminem, Royce the 5'9"? I'm on everything. I'm on syrup, painkiller, cigarette, speed, Hennessy, vodka. God damn. That was a banger back in the day, man. What the fuck happened? Whatever happened to that shit? That was before talking about drugs was that cool. Talking about fucking pills and all that shit. What am I saying? They've always talked about fucking pills. There's a one big thing that is happening this week. One big thing that's happening with the podcast. I'm going to tell you what it is right the fuck now. I figure I'm just going to open with this because this is kind of a big deal. This is the biggest dedication I've ever done with this podcast. I'll tell you why. You know, I thought 50 episodes was a big thing, but on Thursday, July 7th, it has been officially 1 year of rebooting the podcast. I know everyone's like, oh, well, it doesn't really count. To me, it does. I've officially been doing this podcast for a fucking year. Like, for a year straight, where there's no really big hiatuses, where there's not really anything. I've literally been taking this shit more serious this year than I ever have, and I cannot believe I've actually done this for a year. Now, the numbers don't say too much, but I will say it is pretty cool on YouTube getting 24 views, because those are fucking 24 people that actually listen to me. And I used to advertise this on Reddit all the time, and you know, now I just post it to my Instagram and Twitter. And I post on my personal Facebook for people to see that, like, you know, I kind of grew, who kind of like watch it, who are just probably friends just trying to support me. But it is kind of cool to see. that I've actually, it's not even like the views or anything, it's the fact that I've been dedicated to something. And when I first rebooted this podcast, I didn't think I was gonna fucking get back into it. I honestly thought it'd be the exact same thing as it was before, where I would try it out for a bit and then I'd be like, nah, I suck at this, or no, I have nothing to talk about, or something like that. And I just give up on it. So I gotta give a big shout out to the radio show Biggs and Bar. Oh, up there in Ottawa. My buddy Johnny Mac showed me them a while back. And my buddy Nathan was always telling me about this great radio show that he would listen to after he had laser eye surgery. Actually, he's been on it quite a few times, just as a little recording thing. And it was because of every morning me at work and all of us listening to Biggs and Bar show. Like, I don't think a few people liked it in my department, but because of this show and how they did it, it wasn't just a boring ass regular show like some of the ones down here, especially like the fucking one. I'm not going to drop a name, but pretty much in the one that I'm really talking about, they sit there and say, yep, back and forth, yep. And then one guy will be like, yeah, and yes, and yep. And just do all the fucking fake laughing. Shit's never funny. Like 45 minutes to get the news out. Like terrible. Like you guys don't know what good radio is. Like there's a few like that. There's one that really thinks they're very entertaining. That is in Toronto. I'm not going to drop the name of them. Maybe down the road I will. But they think they're very entertaining. And I remember once they posted on their Instagram, like the morning show, like them, like, you know, pranking the one co-host. And the person said, oh my God, this was originally like supposed to be this, but I realized that isn't good radio, so we really need, like, what were you guys going to do to make a good radio? And all I thought to myself was, it's like they made it all right radio, but you saying this isn't good radio, you don't know what good radio is. You guys talk more about your fucking selves and involve the people who listen to you, so fuck off. But that was a little bit of a rant. But the Biggs and Bar show was a show where they interacted with the fans a lot, just by even the Dougie line, which is the voicemail line. The way they did the show, random audio clips that they would make fun of and stuff like that. It was listening to that for like a month or two where I was like starting to vibe out to it, and I was like, I think I could do something like this. And not only could I do something like this, but I can also stay entertained myself by doing it. Like it was so different, but it was entertaining, and it was just so all over the place that I was like, I want to do something like that. Hence, like, you know, shower beer quote of the day, and like mostly the random videos of the week. That was inspired by just the Biggs and Bar, and like Dean Blundell and all of them used to do this type of stuff all the time too. And I really feel like it's kind of a lost art in the radio, like just reacting to audio or talking about audio, or just using little bits, like a random video where something funny happens in it. It's a really lost art that you don't really hear in radio anymore, which I absolutely miss. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do this podcast, and I really at this point was like, you know, people like my buddy Bowden, who works in the radio industry, saying like, you should be in radio, you have a voice for radio and stuff like that, telling me all this type of stuff. I was like, I really want to do a radio show. I swear way too much to be on the actual radio. I have been on the actual radio and I did pretty good, but if I'm going to do a radio show, I'd rather do it on my own terms, where I can swear, where I can find my own videos, where I can make fun of whoever the hell I want and hopefully not offend anybody. And that's where that's where the direction of the podcast really went into. That's why, you know, we have the boops in between the segments and stuff like that. I didn't really do that to cut it up. I kind of just did that because, I don't know, I was like, that's kind of like a radio thing to do. Like, in between voice messages, like, boop, like, I wanted to do that. And then I made that little Honestly Lazy podcast thing at the end. with the logo and stuff that you always see on the Instagram and stuff. I did that, and the main goal was to make it sound like you're listening to a radio show and there's like a cut in between. Like, you know, like for example, I'll use a radio show I like, 94.9 The Rock, out in Oshawa. They do, like, you know, little things in between the songs where it's just guys saying, like, 94.9 The Rock. Like, and, like, little sound effects in the background. That's where that was inspired by, just doing random shit like that. And the biggest thing was, a lot of people who listen to podcasts now that I actually know, who are, like, my buddies and shit, they reacted more with when I changed it more into a radio show where it was a bunch of little things put into one instead of like one big fucking topic and trying to drag it out for 45 minutes. And like when I first started doing the podcast and thing, I didn't really even listen to podcasts. I was just like, it was so hard to edit boy stick videos, like the commentary videos, with the way I was working and shit. And I just wanted to make content, and I figured fuck live streaming, so I just decided to go the podcast route with pretty much no knowledge of how to do it. And it's been a year later of me being dedicated to it, and I still don't know how the hell to do it, but I'm having a lot of fun while I do it. And I just gotta get, like, it's been a year. I gotta give a shout out to the people who have been listening since fucking day one. Like, you know who you are. I always drop your names, but I just can't believe the people, when I stopped uploading for like a year, like telling me, I want you to come back and make more podcasts. I liked it. The funniest thing is everybody says they listen to it while they're like doing dishes and shit as background noise, which to me, I'm like, fucking, why aren't you listening to some like rock and roll or country or something like that? Why would you want to listen to my loud, annoying voice? But it is really cool to see that people would rather listen to me being a fucking idiot talking to myself, trying to like entertain you, than listen to music. Like, you know, and the good thing is throughout the year, there's been people, excuse me, who have been non-stop supportive and don't give any feedback or anything. And then you have the guys who are literally like, this episode was good, this episode was shit, this one was fucking garbage, this one you clickbaited me, this one, like, I love, like, as much as they think I'm getting mad at them, like, yeah, what the fuck? Like, I didn't clickbait you, I just didn't talk about that subject for a very long time. As much as they think I probably don't like how they bash my shit, that's exactly what I need to literally push the content out and make it as entertaining as I can. And, like, especially for the future of the show, because, like, the next really big step for me for the show is going to the live streaming part, where I literally am live streaming a show. And that is, like, I don't know what it is. I've talked so much shit about it, and it's hands down one of the most nerve-wracking things I'm gonna do. And I don't know why I'm so nervous to do this. I honestly don't. Like, I used to live stream all the fucking time. Like, but I think the big reason why it didn't bug me back when I was live streaming is, one, because I was laid off, so I didn't see anybody. I was sitting at home bored live streaming. So now that I'm at work and shit, I'm worried I'm gonna live stream and come to work or go somewhere, and people are just gonna fucking bash me and say I'm boring or terrible or something like that. It's like a fucking big fear of mine of being bashed. And it doesn't help when I upload RuneScape videos back when I was 13. Everyone found out in school and made fun of me for it. That really doesn't help me now with the live stream. But the thing is, people are asking me when I'm going to do the live stream, and it's a fucking terrifying thing for me to really do. I've never been so like when it comes to content creating, I became so loose and like, I don't care, I just want to do it. But when it comes to like, I'm live and like people can react with me in the chat, or like, you know, there could be a fucking comment and then come to work next day, or go out somewhere and someone's like, yeah, I saw you, you're a fucking idiot, you like my comment and shit like that. That scares the fuck out of me, which, the way I look at it, streaming is gonna be like that. And you just need to get the fuck over that hill. But to a guy like me, I don't know what the hell is up with it, but it's like the most terrifying thing when I'm working all the time, and like, you know, I could literally walk out into the world and someone see me and be like, you are a fucking goof, or your content is terrible when you're live, and then that would fucking haunt me, and I don't know why. It's literally a part of making content. You're gonna have some bad fucking shit, but like the live streaming thing is the leap that I am still fucking nervous to take, man. After a year, especially of uploading content and like having so much fun with it, and streaming is still literally scaring the living fuck out of me. And I don't know why, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to like get myself to a point where I can do it. The way I looked, I'm going to do this live streaming shit. Alright? And this is literally like the way I'm going to have to do it. Girlfriend can't be home, which luckily this summer she does a summer camp. And she has to be in Toronto, so she isn't here throughout the week. I literally have to be like all alone in my apartment, and I have to be like as confident. I will literally have to like rehearse or like have jot notes on the fucking whiteboard of what I'm going to talk about, and like where I do the podcast pretty much off the top of my head, or I find a few things and talk about that. With the live stream show, it's all live and you have to be like quick at it. Now, I'm not saying with the podcast, it's pretty much all off the top of my head. I don't do second takes for anything. Usually I just say fuck it. I think a few random videos of the week I have taken second takes. But when it comes to this type of stuff where it's just me shooting the shit, it's usually one take and I just roll with it because I feel like my first take is the most real me, and if I start fucking trying to change it, then I'll become just, you know, like a more professional guy, which I probably should be, but don't really want to be right now. But it is what it is. But it's been, I've said but a lot. I'm sorry. I just want to say, like, thank you to everybody. It's been a year. I've had a lot of fun this year, like 26 and 27. I've been having a lot of fun, and 25 into 26 was like, you know, my tough year, and now that I'm more comfortable in front of camera, now I know people are actually listening. It makes this making this content so much easier, and I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that have been there since day one. Thank you to the new people who came in to listen. Thank you people who are asking for merch. Thank you people who, like, when I give them stickers, they send me snaps of them putting it on things that they always use, or just they have put it out somewhere. You know, thank you to my parents for not fucking listening, because they said they've been trying to listen to the podcast, but I don't think they ever will, because they're just going to come up to me and say I swear too much. But that's just the way I do my shit. You know, this is the Honestly Lazy show. It's the Honestly Lazy podcast. And it's definitely like, it's been a ride of really trying to figure out how to make a show that I was having fun with. And I mean, a year of literally dedication, I've finally done that. And I just gotta say, like, fucking thank you to everybody. Like, without the support of everybody who watches the show and all that shit, I wouldn't be doing this, and I wouldn't even fucking try to be an entertaining type of a guy, you know. I would just be a factory worker that, you know, was just didn't really have a good hobby or something like that. Maybe I'd have a better hobby. Who the hell knows? But I'm happy where the show's going. I'm happy the path that's gone through so far, and I hope to fuck I hit at least 100 subs by the end of the year, or I'll feel like a failure. Like I said in one episode, I'm going to give this shit till I'm 30, and then I'll probably still be uploading. I'm not going to lie. It's a fun thing to do, so I'm just going to keep on trekking on, and yeah. It's the Honest Lazy Show. Let's keep the show moving, shall we? Well, this is kind of a good way to start the podcast. A little happy, good story of actually a follow-up from the last podcast I recorded. Now, in the last podcast, I talked about this man who worked at Burger King for over 27 years without missing a goddamn day, and they pretty much just treated him like shit, pretty much giving him fuck all of fuck all. What they gave him, I still have the list from last episode, was 1 movie ticket, a bag of Reese's, a Starbucks plastic cup, a keychain, 2 pens, 2 packets of Lifesavers. And that was for 27 years of working at Burger King for shit pay. Now, I said probably in 27 years he got a couple raises, but you never know in fast food. For all we know, in 27 years he only went up like $3, which is a sad thing. But in this world of social media, a lot of it can be very, very, very bad, but this one actually turned out to be very, very good. So because of this video going viral, the Burger King employee that got a goodie bag after working there for the company for 27 years received over $200K in donations. This is an amazing thing, you know. People actually went out of their way and donated their hard-earned money for this man, and it's not well deserved. 27 years in a fast food joint is a long time. I worked 7 years myself, and I wanted to blow my fucking brains out. So I couldn't imagine what was going through this guy's head when he got only a little goodie bag. The funny thing is, it's not... These are hardworking people giving these donations to this man. What I'm saying is, fucking Burger King didn't do a goddamn thing for this man, which is complete and utter bullshit. Burger King probably saw the viral video and like, what the fuck? You gave him 2 of our pens? We never okayed that. You give him 1. What the hell gives you the right to give him fucking 2 pens? That's over the line. You know, we're firing the manager for doing that. Like something stupid like that. But I mean, this is fucked. I haven't seen shit from Burger King, the company themselves, saying anything about this man or saying, sorry, we'll do something better. I haven't seen it really go more viral than Instagram of this video, which this video should have honestly hit the news on it and shown the world what it's really like to work in fast food and how the CEOs and all of them make a shit ton of money while you sit there and make burgers and get reamed at by a fucking fat ass who is too lazy to make his own fucking burger, so he yells at you. It's not a fun job to work, and this man's been doing it for 27 years, working his ass off, and, you know, he's finally getting rewarded for it, which I salute him for it. I'm glad people actually donated. If I knew about it, I would have probably donated because I've been in his shoes, and, you know, this is the good side of social media that I like to see. Not the dumbass TikTok dancing. Not the dumbass fucking people asking if dogs have fucking brains. Not the you know, ASMR. Which, by the way, what the fuck is ASMR? How do you like that? It's disgusting. I tried to listen to it once. You can go back on the Boy Stick video days. And I actually watched an ASMR video and I almost threw up trying to listen to it. I don't get how you like the white noise of a fucking room with like a fridge going and them like eating chocolate and shit. It actually turns my stomach. It's like chalkboard or fingers to a fucking chalkboard or nails to a chalkboard. Oh, even saying that, oh, I made my teeth tingle. Ugh. Fuck it. I can do ASMR right now. I'll drink a beer. I'll sit here and drink beer. That's what I'll do. ASMR, drinking beer. And just sit here, drink beer, burp, and fart my whole day away. But I'm totally off topic. I just want to say salute to this guy and to everyone who gave up their hard-earned money to give this guy a decent reward for working 27 years at Burger King. I hope this man can take this money and do some good with it. Maybe invest it, not into Bitcoin, and be able to retire by the regular 35 years. But we never know. But, good for the people, and to Burger King themselves, shame on you. You should have fucking done something as a company. This shit went viral and makes you guys look so bad. Like, you do realize that, right? Like, this makes you look goddamn terrible for treating this man like this and treating him dirty. Hasn't missed a single day in 27 years, and you give him a bag of Reese's. I'm going back to the old days. Shame on you, Burger King. I hope, honestly, I hope it doesn't close down. No, I can't say that. I hope Burger King gets a lot of shit, and they learned their lesson from this, because this man was done dirty, and the people treated him good, while the company pretty much had zero response, said, fuck you, figure it out on your own. We all know that Logan Paul was a part of WWE's WrestleMania, you know, where they go in, they fucking fight, and people win, people lose, people take belts, people make a shit ton of money and whatever. And from what I heard, Logan Paul was actually very entertaining in it. I've talked about this in an old episode, but apparently he's very entertaining in it. Very unrealistic, though, that a 26-year-old whose first time wrestling beat Rey Mysterio, but I guess that's how the wrestling world is. Now, obviously, I'm hit and miss with the Mr. Logan Paul. He does some shit where I'm like, what in the fuck are you doing? You know? And he does some shit where I'm like, okay, maybe he's kind of normal. But mostly, I look at him and say, what the fuck are you doing? You're an idiot. And, you know, it never fails to amaze me what he can do next, in good ways and bad ways. But in the latest news of Logan Paul, he has officially signed a deal to be a part of the WWE. My buddy Bill messaged me about this, asked me, did you see this and shit? And I'm just going to give my opinion on it, because I started thinking about it and I was like, damn, there's a lot I can actually talk about this. I should really have Hodder from the Hodder Show come on, because my buddy B. Warren's on, because they are hardcore wrestle fans, and I'd like to see their fucking opinion on it. But here's what I'm going to say about Logan Paul doing this. First of all, it makes the most sense for Logan Paul to join wrestling, because his ego's so through the fucking roof when it comes to fighting. This man thinks he's the greatest fighter ever, and he hasn't won a single fight. He's boxed 3 times. 2 went to decision. 1 he got fucking dropped. The other one, Floyd Mayweather knocked his ass out and held him up so he can make more money. And the other one, wait, which one am I talking? Well, they both went to decision with KSI, and, like, you know, Logan did good the first time. Second time, got the shit kicked out of him. I've watched the fight over and over again. I used to think maybe Logan should have won it. Now I'm like, nah, he shouldn't have won it. He fucking lost big time, which is fine. You know, you can't win them all, and Logan should definitely stay out boxing. But his ego makes him think he's the greatest person ever. He thinks he's the #1 fucking podcast on YouTube. He's not. I think he thinks he's the greatest #1 podcast on all platforms. He's not. And with him joining WrestleMania, this is a really good thing, because that's the only fucking way he will ever win a fight. Honestly, he's not good at boxing. He fucking tires himself out within the first 2 rounds, and then he just looks like a fucking 6 foot fucking 5 ape, just like swinging the most lazy fucking swings you could ever see in boxing. And like, because he's so big, it's hard to fucking punch him. So he can go all the rounds, because you're trying to hit him in the fucking head, but you can't. And you know, he just like goes to decision. He's like, yeah, I'm the greatest. Where in WWE, at least they can script him. He doesn't have to look like a complete fucking moron, doesn't know what he's doing. And, like, you know, he can get scripted. He's a good actor, and he can script his shit. He can be the dumbass little fucking character he's well known to be. Holy shit, I just pulled that off my cat's toe. You know, he can create himself a character. The Maverick is probably what he's gonna fucking call himself. There's not already someone in there called that. And he can go out and win some shit. Or for all we know, he's gonna go in and they're gonna be like, you're gonna lose. Like, a lot. And there's nothing you can do about it. But with Logan Paul and how famous he is and all this type of shit, he's definitely going to be winning a lot. And he's going to be winning against fucking well-known people in there. Now, I haven't watched wrestling since I was a kid. So I don't know a lot of new people. When I watch it was like John Cena, Undertaker, Kane, Batista, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, the Boogeyman, that guy with the curly hair who spit the apple in your face, like those type of guys. So I'm just going to use the examples of when I watched wrestling. So the way Logan Paul will come in is he's going to be beating people like when I used to watch. He's going to beat someone like fucking Undertaker. He'll probably beat someone like Brock Lesnar. Or they're going to fight once, or they're going to wrestle once, and Brock's going to win. And then he's going to come back and Logan's going to win. And then they're going to have a big fucking, sitting there yelling into a microphone for all the fans. The crowds will be holding their signs up saying fucking Logan the Maverick, or, like fucking blonde-haired pussy or something like that. And, it'll go on from there. Now, I haven't looked too much into it. For all I know, he's just doing another appearance. But from what I've seen, it's him with Triple H, and he's signing the contract. So I think he's actually in, and I could be 100% wrong. So with the Honestly Lazy podcast, I cannot stress this enough. Don't take any of what I talk about and think I've done a shit ton of research, because I usually don't. I just kind of sit behind a microphone and I spew out whatever the fuck I can, and then I end the show and I go on with my day. Except now I got side projects. So now I do the side projects and this and that and whatever, But do not take what I say seriously, but yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. With another thing with Logan Paul joining WWE. In my opinion, Logan Paul keeps talking about how he wants to be a billionaire. And he's on the right route to be a billionaire. This is hands down the best way for him to hit the billionaire so much more quick. Now I'll tell you what. First of all, it's a $1 billion fucking company. Billions of dollars this company's worth, right? And Logan Paul, unfortunately, is one of the biggest fucking influencers that is out there right now. It's the same age as me. I'm fat as fuck. He's in shape. And, he's done a lot of good things. Or he's done things to get him more viral and more viral. Even if it involves a fucking forest. Shouldn't have said that. But there's one thing that Logan Paul will bring to wrestling that a lot of these people can't, just like YouTubers brought to boxing, is a whole new fucking audience. And I mean a big fucking audience. This is what Logan Paul will be bringing. The only other person that could bring a bigger audience into WWE than Logan Paul is Mr. Beast. And let's face it, Mr. Beast will never do it. He'll do his guest appearances and shit, but he himself will never actually try to be a professional wrestler. Maybe down the road, who knows? He's only 23. But maybe down the road he'll try. But for right now, he's just focusing on starving himself for 30 days. But this is like, if he can bring the crowd, a bigger crowd, make the company even more money. I'm not even sure how much he's worth, but I guarantee you that Logan Paul, if he brings in a big crowd, he will literally hit the billionaire fucking way quicker than how he can with the side hustles that he's doing now with the Prime and stuff like that. This is the way he's gonna do it. I'm gonna see what his net worth is actually. 45 fucking million? Oh my god. Oh wow, no. In 2022, he's 245 million in 2022. He's making 10 million a month. I fucking hate my life. I wish it just sold out so I could be that rich. But I gotta keep realizing that money isn't everything. So he's already at 245 million net worth right now. 245 fucking... That's just a quick Google search. I sure hope that's wrong, because holy shit. That kid will literally be a millionaire by the time he's probably 28 or 29. Especially with joining WWE, and for all we know, he's actually going to try to box Mike Tyson and fucking die. Logan Paul is doing all the right moves, and he will bring a whole new crowd into the WWE era, I guess is the way to say it. Because, I mean, kids do watch it now. They really do. And I'm surprised that YouTubers haven't done their own wrestling thing like they did the YouTube boxing thing. And by the way, like fucking more, Deji's coming back out to box again. If you don't know who Deji is, it's KSI's little brother. He hasn't won a single fight, and he's back boxing underneath his older brother. And he's probably going to lose again, but, you know, whatever. So, like, he's gonna, it's the only way he can win. He's going to bring a bigger crowd in, and it's going to get him to a billionaire a shit ton faster. And, I mean, why the hell not? Why can't we do this? YouTubers have done so much. And, like, as much as I hate it, like, I hated YouTubers being so cocky when it comes to them being boxers. And I hate a lot of how the big YouTubers do things. They have changed a lot on how to do content, how to make content, and they're just going to keep pushing forward, you know? Hopefully I can be a part of that one day. I don't think I will, but maybe one day I'll be a part of that. But for right now, like, they're pushing the limits like no other. Like, YouTubers are almost, or like, look at Logan Paul. With that net worth, he's bigger than fucking celebrities. Like, he's making more money than celebrities, and he started out as a fucking Vine kid, you know? I mean, look, even his little brother Jake Paul, he's like supposed to be boxing Tommy Fury again, but I think that's out the fucking window because he can't come into the States, Tommy. And you know, he's boxed old, washed up champions, and he thinks he's good, but whatever. But with Logan, it's probably a better step for him. God, man, he takes so many punches. He'd probably get something like MS or something if he keeps boxing. I'm sure he'll get back in the ring one day with this dumbass fucking ego. But for right now, there's not too many negatives with him honestly joining WWE. The only negative I can really think of is that his ego's going to go through the roof, because with Rey Mysterio, after winning WrestleMania, and after fucking before I was even born, people knowing that WWE is scripted, and WWE fucking Raw and SmackDown, all that shit is scripted. He came out after being Rey Mysterio and said, that shit wasn't scripted. I actually won. Like, anybody would fucking believe that. But they did. Well, the youth probably did. Just like he thinks he actually beat Floyd Mayweather, no one actually believes he did. It's kind of like the same boat. But, you know, cheers to Logan Paul. I can't believe this motherfucker is going to hit 1 billion while I sit here, my little apartment, just having fun making little videos.
The Honestly Lazy Podcast.
I don't know what the hell is going on in Toronto right now, but some of the most sketchiest fucking footage I've ever seen came out on Instagram this week. And Indie 88, the radio station in Toronto, picked it up and posted on their Instagram of the biggest OSHA problem I've ever fucking seen. So in Toronto, I don't know what happened. I don't know how this man got stuck in this situation, but there's literally a video of a man on Strang hanging from like a crane's lowering him down. Some of the most sketchiest shit I've ever fucking seen, and nobody knows how the hell he got here. Let's just roll some of the clip. Like, this man right here is literally holding on for dear life. And in the video, you can actually hear him screaming. Now, when I first saw this video, I'm like, they must be doing something for a movie, or I don't know. But, like, once you keep watching, you hear him screaming shit, it's fucking 100%. Like, I think it's 100% real. And it's so, like, what? How the fuck did you get yourself in this situation? This needs that meme of the, where it's the Who music, the, Teenage Wasteland at the beginning, and it's just like, yep, that's me. You want to know how I got here? Well, it all started with a crazy morning. This is like that type of a fucking video, man. Like, this shit is crazy. This man is, like, he hangs on for like a minute, too. Like, the video alone is 54 seconds. And by the way, there's cuts in between as this man's being lowered down. And you see shit falling out of his pockets. And this is filmed from somebody's balcony that looks pretty fucking high up. And it's blowing my mind. Like, I don't know how the hell he got there. It doesn't look like he's wearing work boots. Like, and the worst part is, what do you do in that situation? There's literally nothing you can do, but hopefully the guy has enough grip that he doesn't drop himself. OSHA is definitely going to love this man for this. Like, that is so many violations, not tied off. Like, the fact the crane operator's lowering him, it almost lowers him into a fucking pole. And, like, whatever's above him looks like it's going to crush him if he grabbed on, or if he stayed on the pole. Like, this shit is absolutely crazy. Now, in the comments right here, is this real? Anyone know this happened last night? Like, you know, we can read some comments. The tagline got caught on his... Okay, so here's something. The tagline got caught on his thumb just as it started to lift. The same hand he had on his radio end knocked the radio out of his hands and lifted him. Oh my, dislocating his thumb, couldn't radio the crane operator soft, so had to hold on. That is a fucking... Oh! That is a movie type situation, like that shitty movie Frozen where they're stuck on the fucking the ski lift. Like, that is the worst situation that can happen. Your finger gets stuck, you start lifting, in a panic, try to grab your radio, and that falls, and now you're just sitting there like, now I'm fucked. The fact that all he came out with was a dislocated fucking thumb, fuck that, man. I figured right while I was reading that comment, oh my god, his shoulder's gonna be fucked. Like, wait a minute, what happened? There's more comments. I'm reading more into this. I'm getting nosy. He held on with a broken arm. Radio dislocated thumb, couldn't radio the crane operator himself, so just had to hold on. Oh my god. That is hands down one of the scariest situations that you could ever put yourself into. Like, and on top of the fact like that, it's just bad luck. That is just bad luck. His thumb just got caught, for fuck's sakes, man. Like, oh, I hope he's like doesn't have too much PTSD from that, because that is terrifying. Oh my god. Hand he had his radio in, knocked the radio out of his hands and lifted him. Oh my god. I just reading that comment over and over again. Like, could you imagine just getting lifted up and you're just like, what do I do now? What do I do now? And on top of the fact, there's just someone filming you, and this is the only situation where you can film something and you can't do jack shit about it. Literally just film it, and hopefully it doesn't end up on Live Leak. But, like, I hope to God that this man is okay, and he isn't too fucked up from this, and I hope to God that the company pays him with something for dealing with this, because that is like, Tom Cruise ain't got shit on this guy now. That is fucking crazy. Oh my god. Thank God there was no fatality and this man's okay. And just goes to show you always gotta be careful on the job sites, because you don't know what the fucking happened. This was just the worst case scenario for a guy, and fucking hell, I'm just glad to see that he survived, man. Whoo! There's been this new trend going on in the movie theater world that I'm sure a lot of people have heard and have seen in the news lately. The new Minions movie came out, and some people got very creative with it. Some people thought, well, I kind of want to try to go viral on TikTok, and they definitely went viral with this type of idea. For the new Minions movie, these young bucks, young hoodlums, young gentlemen, as I like to call them, did something that, I would say takes a lot of effort, because I'm very fucking lazy, and a lot of courage to walk around this, and a lot of being uncomfortable, because it would get very, very, very hot, in my opinion, doing this. So a bunch of young bucks started this new trend on TikTok or whatever, on social media somewhere, that they went to the Minions movie, dressed up in their nice suits and brought bananas in and went and watched the whole Minion movie in their nice suits and all that type of stuff. Now, apparently in some of the movie theaters, they got a little rough, got a little rowdy, and, you know, we're hucking bananas at the screen and all that type of stuff. And it made people who weren't a part of this nice suit, or this suit situation, kind of angry at it. And I don't blame them, honestly. I don't blame the people for being mad who aren't a part of it, because going to the movies nowadays is goddamn expensive. It's not even fun to go to the movies anymore. The only thing that they've changed since I was a little kid about the movie theater is that they got more comfortable seats. But still sitting in that chair for like a fucking 4-hour movie sucks dick. I am not a big fan of going to the movies at all. As a matter of fact, I'd rather wait for it to go out on DVD or fucking out on Netflix, out on some fucking, you know, streaming platform, so I can lay out on my couch and be as comfortable as I ever could. If they put couches like I have in my living room in the movie theater, I'd probably go more often. But the biggest thing is, sure, you can drink beer in the movie theaters nowadays, but unlike at home, when you drink enough beer and you gotta pee, you can pause it at home, where at the movie theaters, you're missing a good fucking 10 minutes of the movie. Yes, because you gotta piss, wash your hands, and then you walk out, and then you're probably going to grab another fucking beer. It's just the way the whole thing works. But a lot of people were not happy with this, that weren't a part of it, which, I mean, I get where they're coming from, but I will just say in the videos, these were not like people like my fucking age doing this. It was not like fucking Logan Paul and the fucking vlog squad got together and decided to go ruin the Minions movie by doing this. These look like kids, like pre-teens, you know, maybe like teenagers going to do this, which at that age, that's what you're meant to do. You're supposed to go cause shit and have fucking fun. And I mean, the thing is, you can always, worst comes to worst, you can always go out and get your fucking money back and come back and try again. And if you see anybody with the suits coming in, you fucking go back and give the money back. With this whole thing, though, I was reading up on it. First time I've actually read an article about it, because I was confused why the fuck this was like a big thing. But in the UK, I learned in the UK that one of the movie theaters lost $1,300 because people want their money back, because they were like not having the shit of these kids going in and hucking bananas at the screen and yelling banana and all that type of shit. You know, pretty much acting like minions, even though, like, no, like, you know, it's hard to act like a minion. I can't do the voice, and I can't act that fucking stupid. But I guess these young bucks could, and they pissed off a lot of people to the point where movie theaters said if you come in with a suit and you're going to see the Minions movie, you're fucking kicked out. Pretty sure they said banned, but I'm just guessing. They said that it's either getting kicked out or banned. One or the other. Still, not a good time to be a, like, for all you know, maybe these kids are just coming from prom, and instead of going to their fucking prom after party and raising hell, they decide, let's go to the Minions movie. I don't know. But, I will give these kids some props, because that's like, I don't know, it's so simple, but to me it's a very entertaining thing to see. You know, they dress up in their suits, they go to a movie, and holy fuck, some of them look really good in the suits. I'm like, dude, this is sick. Like it made me just kind of want to, the next Mafia movie to come out, I'm definitely going to wear my suit. I'm just going to wear a fucking suit and go. Just be a straight up gangster like how they used to wear suits all the time. I'm going to do that. The next mob movie that comes out, that looks entertaining. You know, if they make a Goodfellas remake, then fuck that. Which they never would, because Goodfellas is amazing as is. But, so different and so simple, and like, I was entertained by it, and I can see why people aren't entertained by it, that aren't a part of it. But I mean, at the end of the day, the kids are just having fun, and, you know, what can you do about that? You know, just deal with it, get your money back, and go and try again. I mean, if it started ruining like little kids' birthdays and shit, then the kids who are doing it should feel bad. But I'm pretty sure it's not doing any of that. And if it did, then you should put your story to like a, I don't know, fucking news source. Get it out there. Stop the gentleman from wrecking the Minions movie. I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this week's episode of the Honestly Lazy Podcast. Thank you for the 1 year of motivating me and making me keep going with this podcast. Without you guys, I would have probably moved on from content creating by now and probably made something of my life. No, I'm joking. I'm glad I'm still doing this. It's been a year. I mean, I post on Instagram the other day. Boy Stick is now the Honestly Lazy Podcast. I'll change the links in the description down below. But if you want to find me on Instagram now, it's the Honestly Lazy Podcast, all one word. I posted some merch. I've been selling some merch to some homies who've been supporting the show. You know, they've been asking for it, so I made some for some people. And hopefully I can get some new designs, get some decent and some better looking merch than just my logo out and about into the world. But for right now, I'm happy with what I'm going, or with what I got. And shout out to everybody: Bill, Brad, Courtney, Nathan, Quinn Marr, B. Warrens, my girlfriend, who else listens? Ty Jones, Smitty, Hodder, Woody, everyone who's kept me motivated throughout the whole year. Shout out to Two Decks. Man's dropping music. Me and him are in talks. Finally go and get him on the podcast. He's an old Orno buddy of mine, and he's fucking making some good music, and I fucks with him hard, so hopefully he'll be on soon. To anybody else who listens to the podcast, just leave comments so I know you listen, and you could get some shout-outs yourself. Follow me on all the social medias. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Spotify. Keep up to date. There's bigger and better things coming to the channel, different types of content, but the podcast is where it started. And, shout out to everybody. It's been a fuck of a year of just a shit ton of beer being drank and a lot of laughter and motivation. And I've noticed from the first episode that I came back to now, I've gotten a lot more comfortable in front of the camera and recording. So, practice is a big thing. And it's been a year using the same microphone. I think sooner than later, you'll be seeing new microphones, new mic stands, maybe a fucking... I need a new spot here. I want to decorate a fucking wall for once, and I don't know, I'll figure that out. But, love everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Shout out to my youngest fan that shouldn't be listening. She's only 1 year old, but, the mom really likes the podcast. Shout out to Morgan, being the youngest fan to be listening to this, even though she doesn't know how to speak yet. So shout out to her for listening. Shout out to everybody. Love y'all. And I'll see you maybe next week. Probably next week. It's my birthday weekend. I'm turning 27, man. I'm fucking old. I'll talk about that in the next episode. 27. What was the year 26 for me like? Fuck, I don't know. A lot of beer was drank. The year 27 was more tattoo, or 26 was tattoos. Alright. See you guys later. It's your boy Stick. Till next time, take her easy, everybody.
Honestly Lazy Podcast.